Okay, look, there's honestly no excuse for the poor quality of this video other than the fact that, look, it will not let me edit any videos anymore. For some reason it says I don't have storage. No matter what I do, it just says I don't have storage. You can't edit. You can't edit. You just can't. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm basically gonna have to record this video like this, and probably other videos like this as well. I apologize for the huge glare. My script is here, and then my phone's here, so it's just huge glare, and this is the only source of light. I'm literally in a closet. I'm literally in a closet. What do you want me to do? All right, so I'm just gonna get into the video now, because this, like I said, this is ridiculous, and there's no excuse for it. So the video I'm going to discuss EA and how they're probably about to lose everything. So I do mean everything too. Now, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding them lately, and they've been voted the worst company numerous times. But there's no doubt that they'll get their reward again this year, because they're literally breaking the law and calling their customers dumb, their consumers dumb. They're calling everyone dumb, uneducated. It's ridiculous, and it's kind of hilarious, because, like, if you remember that episode of SpongeBob where Plankton created this slogan, "Chum is fun." Well, actually, Patrick created the slogan, but he started this slogan called "Chum is fun," and people started eating there way more and made him hugely successful. But that episode ended when all his customers overheard Plankton, calling his customers stupid morons, which obviously made them abandon him. Now, it's hilarious that EA is literally doing the same thing and calling their consumers and customers uneducated, and which of course is doing the same thing and driving customers away. So you can see how poorly that they're doing with Battlefield 5, because they're way behind in pre-orders for Battlefield 5. They've already they're already behind, and the game isn't even out yet. So, like, what do you think is gonna happen, like, a few months from now, after all of this lawsuits and investigations or whatever from Belgium and the gambling laws and stuff? All right, go. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna get even worse probably. But anyway, moving on. But Battlefield is one of their biggest games, obviously, right next to FIFA and some other sports games, which, let's face it, let's be honest, FIFA and some of these other sports games should have went free to play a long time ago, and relied on some kind of cosmetic microtransaction thing or something, or just even free to play or something, because, like, the game is basically the same, like, over and over again, like every single year. But anyway, so what exactly am I actually talking about? I seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of rambling, but the thing is, EA is kind of they're in some big trouble with loot boxes and some other microtransaction kind of deals that they've been doing. So loot boxes have been deemed illegal by Belgium, and Belgium is fighting back hard. They want EA to face charges over this, and have gotten several countries involved. I think the actual list was about 16 countries long at this point, one of which actually includes the UK and I think Austria or Australia or something like that. So mostly European countries. And so what is EA doing about their practices being deemed illegal by these countries? Well, they're not doing anything but trying to defend loot boxes by saying they're not illegal, which is just dumb, because these countries have already deemed them illegal. It's literally like, if I committed a crime and then kept saying it wasn't illegal, despite it obviously being illegal, and because the country told me it was a crime, and obviously it's a crime, it's literally the same thing. You see how stupid that is. You see how stupid that can get. Sorry, I keep, like, looking over in this direction for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, so it's really stupid. EA thinks they're going to be able to combat these entire countries, like all these countries. They really think that they're going to win in this. And if they won in this, I would be honestly so shocked. I would be so shocked. If EA won in this and didn't suffer anything, any kind of faults at all. But they're under heavy scrutiny and stuff. Probably by the time this video comes out, there's probably going to be even more to the story, which is why I don't really like doing videos like this. But this is something I really wanted to talk about, as you can tell, because I'm in a closet, and this is the quality of video that you get out of it. But anyway, Moving on. Let's see what else my script says. All right, the next thing in my script is what do I think is going to happen? What do I think is going to happen? Well, see, the thing is, I actually did a little bit of research in EA, just a little bit. I went to their Wikipedia. that's all the research I did. So I was able to find out that, and a lot of you probably don't know this, but EA in 2004 got in serious trouble over overworking their employees and lost like $15 million out of lawsuits and stuff, and they got in serious trouble. And it didn't really seem to hurt them too much because they were able to stay afloat because, obviously it's 2018 now, so they're still around, and that was like 14 years ago. That's still a lot of money though, $15 million to just lose over that. But anyway, they were able to stay afloat. So if EA is going to go bankrupt over this whole mess over like their loot boxes and stuff and being fined, they're probably going to be fined or suffer some kind of penalty, or something's going to happen to them. Their game is at least going to get banned. So they've gotten big hits like this in the past, but I don't know if they're going to go bankrupt if this happens again, because $15 million isn't very much to them, obviously, because they were able to stay afloat in 2004 and it's 2018 now. So they're breaking multiple gambling laws and stuff from these countries that they said, look, you're breaking our laws, stop it. And EA's like, no, we're not breaking the law, but that's what they're doing. They're breaking the law and saying they're not. They're trying to defend it and everything. So they're probably going to suffer heavy fines from this, but it's going to have to be way outrageous. Like, it's going to have to be in the billions, I think. It's going to have to be at least $1 billion for it to seriously hurt them. I really do think that. If not, it's going to have to do something else. But anyway, so they would be fined an outrageous amount and have most of their games banned in these countries, which is actually realistically going to happen if this goes all the way through and EA finally just does not back down at all and these countries finally nail them. That's what's going to happen. They're going to suffer hefty charges and their games are most likely going to be banned. But is that going to be enough? So there's like one of three things that I think is going to happen, and I just said one. They're either going to go bankrupt after suffering heavy fines in more than 16 countries and loss. They're going to lose their. I'm sorry. It's so uncomfortable in here, and I just keep rereading my script for some reason. Okay, so one of three things is going to happen. EA is going to go bankrupt after suffering heavy fine from more than 16 countries and the loss of their games in those countries. They're not going to be able to sell those games there no more, and those games are basically going to be illegal. They're going to be banned, and you're not going to be able to get them in those countries. So that's one thing that's going to probably happen, and that's the most likely choice that's going to happen, I think. They're going to suffer a fine, and they're not going to get their games sold in those countries anymore, which is huge, especially since one of them is the UK. The second thing that I think might happen is EA complies with the law just in time to not face the heavy fines, but nearly goes bankrupt anyway, since a large portion of their money supposedly comes from loot boxes, which they did state one time that like 67% or something like that they get from loot boxes, which is kind of outrageous. I think I don't know about their numbers being true on that, but if what they say is true, then they're probably going to be in serious trouble by losing those. So that's going to hurt them. So third thing that could happen is EA is forced to give up and accept the fines and whatever other charges they get, but somehow stay afloat. However, they would then fire tons of employees in a desperate attempt to fix everything, but fail because the damage was already too severe. So basically, they get all these fines and stuff, or they comply or whatever, and they're like, okay, whatever, we'll pay the fine, whatever. But they are also like, okay, we're gonna have to fire some people now. Some people are either gonna get laid off, or the CEO is gonna like just step down because like he obviously messed up. But yeah, that's the few things that I think is going to happen with this, and it's honestly ridiculous. I can't believe that all of this is happening. If EA only has like two notable games, like I said, or like two or three, their Battlefield games and their FIFA games. Those are pretty much the only games that people really care about in EA. So I don't really see them like stay, like, what is the point in even caring if they stay around? Like, Battlefield is okay. I've played it a few times on my nephew's PS4, but it's not too great. And like people said in the beta of Battlefield 5, that the beta was sort of mediocre. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic. Their games aren't very good, in my opinion. In my opinion, the games aren't very good, so I wouldn't care at all if EA was just shut down, maybe bought by a larger corporation or something. Maybe Sony is like, EA, let's see if I can buy that, and they buy it or something. But yeah, I do think they're going to end up having to sell a lot of their assets or going bankrupt. Something bad is going to happen to EA, and I really think that EA is on its way out. They are about to just lose everything. I really do think that. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all those wonderful things. Hey, even though that this setup wasn't exactly ideal. But anyway, thank you for watching, and like I said, do those wonderful things.